The military-industrial complex doesn't really care so much about the hardware anymore, the planes, the bombs, the tanks. They're focused now, all of their budget is focused on information technology and information wars and propaganda wars. And so clearly, moving into this new century, if you look at your site, I mean, your site is aggregating huge popularity. It's referenced now by the biggest sites. I mean, I see you referenced on Drudge Report all the time. I even see you talked about on Huffington Post, which is, you know, perceptibly on the other side of the political aisle. But you're becoming a force to be reckoned with. So the computers have isolated you and are trying to combat you with algorithms and programs to try to overread you or overwrite you with additional information. And we see the same thing. It's very interesting because we see the exact same thing on Wall Street, the flash crash of May 6th, the 1,000-point drop. That was a computer glitch. You know, the computers were programmed to steal money slowly, not in 1,000-point grabs. You know, when I was working on Wall Street, we had a saying that went like this. We used to say, shear, don't slaughter. And what that means is you take a little bit from your clients every single day, but don't kill your clients because you want to keep them alive long enough to shear them the next day. And this is exactly the way Wall Street. All right, we're going to talk about that more in a moment. Max is going to be with us into the next hour. But Kenneth Webb runs the Director channel, and people get confused. He's not the director of the Obama deception, though he's directed his own great films like Debunk This. But he's a guy who has an account that can upload more than 10-minute chunks. So he uploaded the #1 version of the Obama deception back in March of last year. It's had 6.5 million views. It was surging and growing even faster. It was somebody hacked in, deleted it, and he's, I guess, out on the road because his cell phone's cutting out. Kenneth, they are in there now, inside, making people pay to see the Obama deception on all our computers in the office. This is outrageous. You haven't implemented that because I haven't talked to you yet, but I know Google has to offer that, and we're not asking for it. So I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah, it was actually, and how's it going, Alex? I was just on, and I seen some people from the UK saying that they were unable to access the video. So I went in to see what the problem was, and it had some kind of rental thing on specifically all 3 of those videos that were taken down. They were all for rent. And, it wasn't like that, an hour ago, and then all of a sudden it's like that. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's mind-boggling because they, when they reinstated those 3 videos, they reinstated videos that have been down for years now. The ones they took down, the first few videos they took down that I actually put up were from military.com. And they said, copyright infringement, they took it down and everything, and those were back up. So I had to go through all the videos.
And I called you this morning, and I said, I believe that's a false flag by putting videos up to get more strikes against your account. And now they've thrown this pay thing on it, and the thousands of sites, and that's conservative, that it's linked to around the web where people embed the video to Obama deception, Police State for the Rise of FEMA, and your film, Debunk This, which is about government-sponsored terror and fluoride and other issues. Now they're trying to make you pay for those. This is, I guess you've got to turn Google ads off. I think that's how they're able to claim they can do this. Can you turn that off?
Oh, yeah. I could turn that off. Actually, when I went in, they had added the whole rentable button and this whole slew of stuff. When they reinstated all these videos, they put all this new stuff up. I don't even know where that came from. And, I went through and I found the rentable part where it says rentable videos, which is new to me, and I disabled them. And then what it did, it took all of those videos and it made them private. So I had to go back in to the actual video and edit that and make them not private anymore for everybody. And they're back up now.
Kenneth, this could be another hack, too, probably an insider. Change your passcode instantly. I mean, on delay. Change it now. Change it now. Don't you agree?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Already done, Alex. Already done.
Well, don't lose that passcode. My God, this is getting insane. Stay there, Kenneth. Well, Max Keiser's in the wings. Now we've got more intel from the man that runs the channel, Kenneth Webb. This does sound like an automatic computer system, or that somebody's using those systems to keep this from being all over the web. Max Keiser, what's your take?
Well, you're heading into the November election. The Obama team is nervous because their programs have been a failure for the very reasons that you talk about in your film, the Obama deception. And so a simple conversation with the webmasters at Google, try to do what you can to shape the information and to shape these words so that we can move beyond the idea that Obama and the Obama deception. So the computers do all the heavy lifting, and occasionally when there's a traffic anomaly, like you're talking about leading up to this catastrophe, the computers show their hand as being basically running the show.
Let me ask you this question, Max, because, Max invented the Hollywood Stock Exchange system that they admittedly use in many modern stock exchange computer systems now. Looking at this, do you think Obama and his people like the fact that when you typed his name in the last month, the top link was this link to this particular version of the Obama deception? There's no way going into an election that they wanted, when somebody searched the name Obama in any variation, it was my film. Clearly they have shown their hand by doing this. Because the attention span of the average American is so short, that even just the 1 second connection of Obama with the word deception is a problem, because people in their subconscious mind equate Obama with deception. And if this is a huge result of searching Obama and you get deception, whether you even consciously admit it or not or recognize it, when you go to the voting booth, you equate Obama with deception. This is all part of the propaganda that was invented by, the National Socialists of Germany and then picked up by the Brandeis in this country when they started the public relations firms back after World War II. And this is what's used and understood, is that it's the Freudian psychology that unconsciously people... But see, I didn't name it that out of manipulation. I just try to tell the truth, and I know he's deceiving, and I know that Obama is a front and himself is a deception. The whole persona of Obama is a manufactured Madison Avenue system. And so if you just organically tell the truth, it trumps all their lies and spin and manipulation. Let's go back to Kenneth Webb. Yeah. And then come back to you, Keiser. Kenneth, what was it like for you to find out Saturday that they had taken this video down?
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. I really got sick at the stomach. My mom, pretty simple said that, if this is happening, that means you're actually, that you guys are really doing something. So there was a good side to it, and I had to focus on that, and then trying to get it back up and everything. And but I know we're stomping on some toes. There's no doubt about it. They've hacked my website, spywitnessnews.org. We've had problems with these videos. A couple of times we've had people actually hack the YouTube page for Obama deception, putting all kinds of code in that was having an effect on the page. That happened for like a day, probably about a month ago. It's just crazy. It's crazy, but like I said, I believe that we're really having an effect. Else, why would they even mess around with anything like this? Even if it's small-time hackers or big-time hackers, they're definitely feeling it. Yeah, but small-time hackers can't shut it down all over the web and make people pay for it. Only Google and YouTube can do it, and I say they're the #1 prime suspects in all of this. But notice, if we would have just laid down to this, they would have won. But by fighting back, now we have an even bigger victory, and we show people these crooks aren't invincible, and so now it's an even bigger disaster for them. And this is all, this is the biggest thing we've ever done. Our response to this, our resistance to them, the idea to promote the Obama deception last week, this has turned into the biggest event of anything I've ever done, and it's only growing faster. I'm telling you, folks, I feel like we've got lightning in a bottle here. I think they've miscalculated. I think they're going to go ahead and just take it down again. I believe that they've done this because I've read their rules to start purging the thousands of other copies on YouTube and other places, claiming it's theirs. Because when I've read when they enable this rental thing, they don't allow other versions. I believe they're about to start purging it. So, folks, you better spread the word about the Obama deception now. Kenneth, stay there. Keiser, your take on this. You were trying to say something. Well, if everybody who has a blog embeds in the header of their blog, Obama equals deception, then you're fighting the InfoWars. You don't even have to link to the film, or you can just have that link in the heading of your blog. So
so that the search engines will equate Obama with deception. Remember, Obama won because if you did a search in 2008 for the word hope, you would get results Obama, Barack Obama. And that's why he's the President of the United States. He essentially commandeered the word hope. Okay, now you've equated Obama with deception. Let's keep pushing that theme. If you keep pushing that theme and you institute a major political overturn in the next 6 or 7 months, you will have accomplished a major battle in the InfoWars.
And I guess they're propagandists, and they recognize this. I mean, Max, I'm just a regular guy who just swings with the truth, and I guess it trumps them over and over again. But the more I think about it, it was the top link, Obama deception. They don't like that. This is important. They wouldn't have censored this and revealed themselves unless they knew it was important.
But what is it Washington Post just released today in Top Secret America?